Welcome to Paw Print Academy, your blueprint to raising better dogs. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your host for this journey. I've got my trusty co-host here, Brianna.
Hello.
And together we're bringing you real-world training insights built on leadership, structure, and proven methods. We record this podcast with live clients on the line in one take with live, unscripted questions and answers. At the end of the day, this podcast is a lot more than just teaching your dog to sit or stay. It's about building trust, creating calmness, and becoming the kind of leader your dog truly needs. We do that with our 3-pillar method of trust, obey, and perform. Together, we'll show you how these 3 pillars shape every step of training. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, welcome back to Paw Print Academy. So today this is a bonus episode. And today we've got a special guest joining us. Her name is Sierra, and she is the owner of Summit Kennels. So she's a military veteran and a leader in the local dog training community. She's someone whose experience spans from tactical canine work to helping everyday families build better dogs. And I've admired her professionalism, her dedication to the craft, and the impact that she continues to make in our region. And because of all that, I wanted to invite her onto our podcast. So this interview is going to be about learning from her journey and celebrating her success with her business specifically. It's kind of a spotlight on local dog training companies and owners, and really showing listeners what true collaboration in the dog training industry looks like. And so with that, Sierra, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So today, the goal of today really is just to kind of interview you a little bit and give you kind of a platform, not that we have, all 7 of our listeners, but to give you a platform to talk a little bit about your business and the things that, your experience in not just the dog training community, but also like your journey through, growing into this community and like where you came from.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So with that, right, the first kind of question that I had written down to kind of guide our discussion is really about your career journey. And so that's what originally sparked your interest in working with dogs, and like, how did that evolve into building Summit Kennels?
So I think starting out, what really got me into like the dog training was my first dog ever started doing agility. At the time, though, I didn't really think of it as a future career. Mm-hmm. It was more of just like a really fun hobby that I was super into. But then ended up joining the military, was lucky enough to get into the canine field, and that's when I really just kind of thought of it more as a career, what I wanted to do even when I got out. And then getting into Summit Kennels, I didn't actually found Summit Kennels. The founder I started working for, and yeah, that's where I'm at now.
So when did you take over?
I took over the beginning of this year.
Oh, wow.
Nice. So how really has your experience in the military shaped the way that you train dogs, or kind of the way that you lead your business?
So I think just being able to watch all of the different training styles out there from different people, all of the courses I've been able to go to, team, my trainers, everything like that has really just kind of helped, because before that I was just kind of like, oh, this is how I've trained my one dog, and agility specifically, I had my kind of like my own style, so it really just broadened so many different ways for me.
Did you get into the agility thing with just your dog, like before you started doing this professionally?
Yep, just my dog. I had worked with a lot of other teams because we were in our own like little community. So I worked and helped a lot of other like trainers and teams. But yeah, it was just the agility field.
I gotcha. Right. I don't really know anything about that. Like, I've never gotten into that field before.
Fast.
Right. They run real fast. They do zigzags.
Yeah, they do
real
zigzags.
fast. Right.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Where did you, do you do that? did you learn that locally, or is that before you moved?
Before I moved, so I actually grew up in Colorado.
Okay.
And yeah, competed all over the state of Colorado, AKC, USDA. But yeah,
Nice.
did that for quite a few years.
Is that a dog that you still have?
No.
Okay.
Fortunately not.
I gotcha. What about on the tactical canine experience? So you've worked in tactical and military, like working dog environments. What lessons from that world still influence, your training philosophies today? Obviously, like the agility work, I'm sure you've learned different lessons and things on like how to pattern certain skill sets. What about on the tactical canine side?
I think what I learned a lot from the military and just like that, the training and everything is just honestly like structure. Like beforehand, like growing up, dogs and everything, like our household didn't have that. Like our dogs just kind of did. Obviously, I had a really strong bond with my dog. She's very obedient and everything. But just realizing and just the safety that comes with structure, like that was new to me, and that's definitely helped. It helps most dogs that I work with now is just the structure.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a big missing piece for
But
sure.
I bet the structure is like on another level, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because you're dealing with dogs that are going to like eat
and
your face off.
And it's not even just like here with just pet dogs, like structure is a big thing. But in the military, like there's so many, like we use these dogs as weapons. So there's a lot of things that go into play for that. So
How many years did you do that?
4.
4. So yeah, you're just like living and breathing that like every day. Right?
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah.
Miss it.
I bet. We had an NPC handler come on the show a while back, and there were things he was talking about. It's like, well, when you're like standing outside of like a Target building and and then you have like a Kong in your hand, you're like, what am I doing here? What am I doing with this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and your dog's going crazy, and you're like, yeah, good job. So yeah, totally different experience, because obviously our entire brand is geared towards pet dogs, home dogs.
Yep.
And so, you're right. People have a very different view of it.
Yeah,
it's like, my dog won't sit.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it took a minute to get used to, but it's all in all the same.
I love that.
Training.
What has been the most rewarding part of being both a woman-owned business and a veteran-owned business? Have you met and overcome any specific struggles through your growth as a dog trainer, or has that really not been a factor?
Not really. As far as like the dog trainer factor, I think honestly the biggest thing with, and not even being with the woman factor, I think a lot of people I've gotten just the vibe. People are like, oh, it's a female dog trainer. Like she's just like, oh, loves dogs, things like that. So just proving kind of like, hey, like I have this background with all of this. So you do get that a little bit. I've come to realize, and then just I'm a mom, so he's with me. So just kind of juggling all of that, like business.
Right. Super busy.
Is chaotic.
So, cause you run the entire business, right?
Yes.
Or do you have like a business partner, or do you run the operations? You're the CEO, the COO, all of it.
I branch out like my advertising, like you guys take care of that. So that takes a lot of stress off a little bit, but still there's with that.
I gotcha.
There's still a lot, but yeah.
What do you, with that, have you ever owned another business? Is this the first one that you
This is
took
my
over?
first one that I've owned, like a legitimate business. I have my own. I've got another like side business going on. It's a health and wellness
Awesome.
gig, but yeah, first business.
Awesome. What would you say? So when we talk about like Summit Kennels mission, right? When people ask what makes Summit Kennels different, what would you share with them? So like, I guess the second question, what would you say is your key difference? What makes Summit Kennels different in the dog training market?
I think just because the Summit Kennels as a whole, whether it be me, the founder, our trainers, just in general, like we have such a serious and wide variety of training and that we've been through. So not even just the styles, but different backgrounds, from agility work to like military work, canine work, bite work, detection. Like, it's someone knows this. So just having that wide variety, I think, really sets us apart.
Gotcha. Is there any specific, like, is there any dogs that you don't do or you don't take, or that like, no, we don't touch that? For instance, right, top dog training, we only do pet dogs. So
yeah, right now we're only really catered toward just the pet dog. So we have people that we work with that do like the bite work and everything like that. And we'll go and treat that more of like a lesson, work with them, but we don't have the gear. So as long as you guys have the gear,
you have the experience with that.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
we can work with you. We can train with you, but we just don't have the facility and then the equipment to do that.
I gotcha. How about on the training philosophy side? Like, if you had to sum up your training philosophy in like 1 or 2 sentences, what would it be?
Probably working with your dogs. Like, we want clear, confident, fulfilling training, like for every dog, no matter what kind of dog you have, what your training lifestyle is, what your plans, like that's what we want. Like, we want to help you on that. A lot of dogs struggle with confidence, but then the owners on their part, just having that clear communication with their dogs is what kind of sets them up.
Right. That's what we say, that like communication is huge, right? And if you can't communicate with your dog, it's impossible for you to train your dog.
It literally, and a lot of people struggle with it.
Right. So with all the canine experience, is there a difference that you found in like, this is a better way to like communicate with your dog, or like how has that influenced that like baseline, right? It sounds like, I guess, those foundational concepts are like super important to you. What is something that you've learned on the canine or the tactical canine side that you could bring into the pet training side?
Just honestly, like having you, like, well, for one, the dog wants to work for you. Like, every working dog I've worked with, like, they're just obsessed with doing their job, and it is a training mindset that these dogs have to have. So like on the pet side, a lot of dogs don't have that training mindset. So that's what's kind of blocking. Like, that is something you have to teach a dog. That's something you have to train. And a lot of clients don't have that structure. They don't have that atmosphere going on. So that's right there. It's already kind of blocking.
Gotcha. What, if you had to give top 3 advice for a first dog owner from your perspective, what would it be?
Like, if they don't have a dog yet, or they just
I guess like first dog owner, you get that random call that's every dog training company gets it. They're like, I've had my dog for 6 days. Right?
I've had him 2 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just got my dog. I know it needs training. I want you to train my dog. Typically on our side, we recommend that they spend about 90 days.
Yeah.
Right? Like getting to know their dog, like building a relationship with their dog, and like creating some of these like foundational concepts in our like communication and our relationship.
Yeah.
So that in mind, what would your top 3 things that a first dog owner could work on with their dog? What would that be?
First, starting out, bonding time. Like, gain that trust with your dog, gain that one-on-one with them. You want a lot of reps. Like, for me, like, say you just got a puppy, I'm not even huge into the obedience right away. A lot of people are like, I want to hop on obedience, like, right away. I want my puppy really well trained. And it's like, there's so much you can do beforehand, just exposure, socialization, bonding time, working on just long line drills. I'm huge into long line drills. So really just doing that. But making, like, you have to make time throughout the day to work with a lot of dogs. Some people are just really bad with it. They're like, oh, I just don't have time. They work all day. And it's, I get it. Everyone works, but you can still have those little times where you really take time out of your day and just work with that dog.
Right. We inevitably get like the 9-to-5ers and they're like, well, I just get home and like, then I gotta feed them dinner. It's like having kids, right?
Yep.
It's like when you get home, it's like, I don't have time to play with them. It's like, cool. But like, you got to take 5 minutes. You got to take 5 minutes.
5-10 minutes. Like that's it.
And the one thing we
some
notice, I think, in most dog owners or pet dog owners is like, they don't know how to play with their dog.
No, that's something I honestly struggle with sometimes. I've gotten better with it, but teaching people how to play with their dog and be engaging. Like a lot of people, the dog loves working with me, like completely different dog.
Yeah.
But then they go over and it's because they don't know how to engage with their dog.
Right. Sometimes we tell people, we're like, you're boring. What are you doing? Like, you're boring as
They
crap.
hate
We don't
that.
want,
No, they don't like
I
that.
wouldn't want to play with you. Like, you don't seem fun.
Right.
And then
if
they're
you're
like,
not fun, why, right? Your dog is like, be fun,
Yeah,
right?
be
I
more
want
fun.
a fun. I want fun. So show me fun,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And you'll be surprised how much your dog actually does engage with you as soon as you're fun, as soon as you're exciting. Right. Super underrated concept. What's like a skill or memory from the previous like high stress environment world that you used to work in? And not that dog training is really low stress, but the right, because they're always doing something wazoo. But what's like working in that high stress environment of the tactical side teaches you a lot about reading your dogs like quickly, right? And what would you say is like a skill or a memory from that previous world that you think that like a pet owner or a home dog owner could benefit from?
Timing.
Okay.
Timing is a big thing, especially for me. We would do like these scenarios or just the military does training, and I would used to go into the black a lot where something stressful would start happening and I don't know what to do and I just would almost freeze. And you got to go. You got to make those decisions. But then even for your dog, like you got to tell your dog what to do. Like timing is everything. You a couple seconds off, make the wrong move and you're done for. So, but even like in the pet side, like training, there's so much timing involved with training.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
believe
people
that.
find it like harder to own a dog than what it used to be, right? We always have clients that are like, well, my dog back in the day, like they just used to stay in the yard and they didn't run off and I didn't have to put them on a leash and they never barked at other dogs. And it's like, right, how's this dog doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's a lot crazier, right? It's not 1942 anymore. We have terrible genetics in the dog pool. It's
All right.
bad. And people are just like, well, I just don't know how to work with this dog. And it's like, yeah, it's so different than what it used to be. But inevitably we always get an owner that got a dog and they're like, well, it's not like my last dog. My last dog wanted to be with me. My last dog wouldn't go anywhere. My last dog wouldn't bark at another dog. It's like, right, but this dog is not that dog.
Yep. You always have that one golden dog and then
Yeah.
second couple dogs down, you're
Right, I'm in the same boat. I had a great dog, and then I was like, oh, this dog looks like that dog,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Not the same dog
Not the
at
same.
all.
What so what's like a memorable dog story? So every trainer's got that one dog that they'll like never forget. What's yours and what did that dog teach you?
I mean, I have quite a few different dogs. I probably have more just crazy dogs where I'm like, damn, that's a way to do it with pet training. But my first dog probably taught me just honestly my agility dog, Molly, because I just didn't know anything about training at all. So everything we were doing, we were just learning as we went, and a lot of losses. But yeah.
I feel like I would have zero idea what to do in agility, like scent work. I feel like I'm a dog trainer, and if I went into any of those situations, I'd be like,
Right,
what
they're
do
like
I do with my
whole
hands?
different worlds.
I don't even know. What do I do with this dog?
Yeah, but once you start getting it, like I think before that dog, and she was a whole struggle case. Like she had a lot of behavioral problems going on. So I got a little bit of everything with that. She was a border collie.
Yeah.
Rescued her. So she was a little cray-cray, but best dog. But I learned a lot from her, honestly.
What's the funniest moment with
She was a
with a
pretty-
dog that you can recall?
Okay, I was gonna say Molly was pretty serious. My let's see, my working dog, when we would go on runs on the seawall we had out in Japan, and one time we got back and we were just sitting. I was just people watching, and this dog just starts rolling down a hill and just keeps going back up, rolling down the hill. And just keeps doing it. And I was just dying laughing. It was 40 minutes. Just
rolled.
He just would go up and just slide down.
Oh, just figured out that it's like, oh, this is fun.
Dogs doing that. That's funny.
Right. Talk about self-gratifying behavior. Right.
So like, actually, this is fun. I'm gonna do it again.
Right. Self-gratifying behavior. You don't need nobody.
Yeah, you don't need anybody. I can
Just
slide
having
down
a
this
great
hill
time.
by myself.
Love this. All right. I love that. How about a challenge that you faced when building Summit Kennels that kind of shaped you into the trainer and the leader that you are today?
Probably honestly just the business side of it. Because training, you're always learning. There's always challenges. Every dog's different. But the business side of it is really honestly what got me. Like I wanted to work under someone initially. That's why I was glad I was able to go under Garrett for a little bit before, because I've always wanted to start my own. But just able to work with him, kind of gauge it a little bit. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
So you have kind of shaped all of that and built a pretty strong presence here locally. What impact do you hope that Summit Kennels continues to have on the community over the next few years?
Honestly, just as a good, strong place that people can go to. Like I love seeing, like, even on the Facebook pages and things like that where people drop Summit Kennels, and that's what I love. Like, I want to just further that. I don't ever want to get I obviously want to grow as a business, but I never want to get super big. I never like chain or anything like that. So just working with more people in the community, and obviously we definitely want to do some other training opportunities eventually with like detection. I really want to get into that, and even like tracking.
That's cool.
But as far as that, I don't have any, like, I'm not trying to get crazy out of control.
Yeah.
I
was going to say, you got any big plans you want to talk about?
Not anything crazy. Like, I'm definitely
all 7 of our listeners
I'll definitely be
in the UK.
Definitely be putting up like a bigger facility just on our property.
Nice.
And then just to have more of like an indoor training center and everything. Have like the detection side, and just honestly something that my clients who do want to continue training and just kind of get into the routine of things, and they do want that, and I want to give that to them, like, hey, do this, without sending them to other people. Like, I want to provide that.
I gotcha. So in your, on the subject of like collaboration and networking, what in your experience makes collaboration between trainers powerful instead of competitive? When we first, to kind of like lay the groundwork for this question, when we first talked about socializing the idea in the local community of like dog trainers working together, there's like, immediately there's always this apprehension of competition, right? Where it's like, oh, well, these are my clients or those clients or all of these things. And the thing is that there's like 1 million dogs around here.
There's
right?
so many dogs.
So many dogs. And you can't go anywhere without seeing a dog where you're like,
I can help you.
I can help you. and I don't say that like as an elitist. I say that as like look, just a little bit of communication could go so far, because your dog's looking to you for guidance. Your dog's not even a bad dog. It's just looking to you for guidance, but you don't know how to communicate with them because no one taught you to speak dog. No one taught your dog to speak English.
Yep.
This is like a real easy thing we can work through.
Yep.
So initially there's kind of an automatic like side eye sizing up of dog trainers when they get together, right? And you see this at like the IACP conferences and all these other like, I haven't been to like some laundry list of like acronym different seminars and things, right? But it pains me to know that one of the running jokes is in the dog training community is that the only thing that 5 dog trainers will agree on is that the 6th dog trainer is wrong, right? Like when you put a bunch of dog trainers together, they will always disagree about something. And I think that collaboration and networking is super important. And I think that with the really kind of tight-knit military focused community in the general area, it was just in the Camp Lejeune, Hampstead, Sneeds Ferry like area. It's very military heavy.
Yep.
And there's not really a reason to be like that, I don't think. So back to the question, what do you see the like pros versus the cons being?
I think there's a lot of good to it because I completely understand. There's a lot of people, just dog trainers, who do like they immediately kind of like size you up, which is natural. Like we're human, but I think it's good. Not only do you have like clients that you can bring more into a community, like, hey, if I can't help you, like, I've got this huge team here, but like with me. But then also just you as a trainer as well, like owner, I can go and reach out to like, hey, like, can we help? You set up those events, just kind of work together, and it just brings a homier vibe, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I heard you say that initially, that you didn't want to get too big and you wanted that kind of like that supportive feel.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. We are super aligned on that same like concept, right? I see a lot of value in collaboration, and I see a lot of value in how we can bring value to the home and pet dog owner that way. So super glad that you're kind of on the same page with that. With advice to new dog owners, what would you, we talked a little bit about like what you would tell a new dog owner based on your like tactical canine experience. But let's say that someone got a brand new dog, and what's one piece of advice? If you just had one piece of advice for them, what would set them up for long-term success in your mind?
It's not, dog training isn't just train it and you're done. It's continuous. Like, it doesn't matter what you taught them. Like, there's always going to be different places, new environments. It just doesn't stop. It is continuous. And a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, why, like, with a board and train, they go through a board and train. A lot of people get frustrated, like they're not doing it anymore. But since we had our turnover, like, you haven't trained at all. So I think a lot of people struggle with that. Like, training is continuous, and that's something, like, if you do want that good, and over time you probably will have to do it less and less because it's so ingrained in them on like what's expected. But just having that constant, I'm going to do it for really hard for a few days here and then not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. Consistency is key.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite skill to teach?
Probably
You got a
the
favorite
recall.
command or behavior or something?
Recall or any weird trick, honestly.
What is, or any weird trick?
I don't know.
I've been teaching a little mini Aussie to go around and then out of things, which is actually a first for me because I don't usually work with like the herding style dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she just needs an outlet, so I've been like doing those, which I feel like is really fun. It's a first, like I said, it's a first for me. So little things like that
Just
that I
random,
don't normally like get to
yeah.
do with dogs because it's like I'm busy like teaching them all the important
like
things,
the
where
you
she's
get-
just like, I just need something fun to do, guys.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, okay, let's do some fun things.
No, because I'm bad. I get bored, so I'm like,
Yeah.
always I get this talk and I'm like, I could teach you that real quick.
Yeah.
I just little weird things I like doing.
Right.
It's like you bring them back. It's like, hey, they can turn off the light switch now. And they're like, what?
Right, right. You're like,
cool is
why
that?
would you want that? No, that they can turn it on too.
Yeah, they can turn it on and off. I taught them both.
Right.
But how cool.
The dog's over there just.
Yeah. Flipping it on. Electric goes super high.
So what's like a like a funny or unexpected or surprising thing that most people wouldn't really guess about working with dogs every day that comes up for you?
I think most people, well, because you always tell, like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a dog trainer, train dogs. And they're like, oh, you're so lucky. And
Right? Yes.
I don't.
I love it. You get to work with dogs
It's like
all
it
day.
Right.
You're like,
They don't.
yes, I do.
They don't realize, honestly, how much cleaning is involved and how much you work.
They're
Like,
real
it's
messy.
not just like, oh, I get to go play with the dog for a little bit. It's like, it is all day long.
Yeah.
Right. Ours went to the beach today and he smells like fish.
Yeah.
So we're
yeah,
like, oh, well,
there's
now
constantly.
you man
Right.
above.
I know.
I've got a straight
Just
mud
made
pit.
more work for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So much work.
So glad you had that adventure.
Right. People just think we pet dogs all
Right.
day. They're like, oh, it's just
Right. Yeah.
oh, these
We're not.
pet dogs.
Dog's not sitting on the couch and I'm petting him.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not just
No.
having
Right. This
totally
is not
different.
Paulville.
Totally different.
But I couldn't imagine working there either because imagine the amount of noise coming out of that place.
Oh
I
my
can hear
gosh.
them like a half mile
I
away.
believe it.
And I'm like, oh, I could not.
Right. I think that that the funniest byproduct is communication. I think for a dog trainer, the way that people write those Facebook reels of like what people think I do versus like what I really do, and just the concept of communication. Oh, you get to talk to dogs all day, and you're like, no, don't do that. That builds anxiety.
Right.
Right. I talk to no one all day. Right. And like,
Yeah.
because
No, for sure.
you really, this is totally a sidetrack, but we shouldn't be talking to the dogs because the dogs don't understand you. So the concept that, oh, it must be so nice to have this like, dog following you around, you gotta have somebody to talk to all day. And you're like, no, don't do that. That probably is why you need dog training in the
Right.
first place. Stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That always cracks me up because that's what I hear a lot. Oh, you get to work with dogs. It's probably so nice to like just talk to dogs all day. And you're like, no,
Switching over here.
totally different. Don't do that. All right. How about really the last thing I had written down, and this could branch off into whatever, but is your future vision. So where do you see Summit Kennels going next? And like, what kind of partnerships or projects like excite you about the future? And this can go in whatever direction you want. But what do you got on the docket coming up for you?
Definitely putting up a bigger facility for us just to just for the dogs, kind of separating the business from home life a little bit, because right now it's kind of all integrated, and lose my cool sometimes a little bit at the end of the day. So just kind of having that nice separation, which I'm excited about. But then also we want to partner with a shelter or something. Because when we do have
Nice,
the
I love that,
facility,
yeah.
we'll have a lot more space.
Yeah.
So being able to take one or two shelter dogs here and there and just kind of
Yeah.
work with them and help, because
That would be awesome.
Right, that's my goal, too. I wanna
Yeah,
do that.
we have a lot of shelter dogs that would make them great dogs. They just
Yeah.
need a little help. So
Right. They just need a
That's
little help.
awesome.
And sometimes you just have to get them out of the shelter.
literally,
them to
literally
just,
just
like,
get them
blossom.
out, put
Yeah.
some foundation training on them, a little bit of structure, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna
Yeah.
Love that.
great home.
What so finally, and then I'll kind of open the floor to talk about whatever you want. What advice? Let's transfer this from dog owners to dog trainers. What advice do you have for other dog trainers that might listen or come across the podcast that want to build what you've built, right? And what you are continuing to kind of work on?
Honestly, just get your hands on as many dogs as you can, especially if you're first starting out. You can watch as many trainer courses, you can go to as many, but the real experience just comes from dogs, like getting your hand on so many different dogs, whether you've been training or you haven't. Like, I'm still learning. Every dog I get, I swear there's something new I
Yeah.
learn. So
Every time.
that's what's really going to help you.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Right, the hands-on experience that you get from dog after dog after dog, you learn something new. Like every time I get to go and do a lesson, or anytime you get to go into someone else's house, you see something different. You're like, why do you have that? But they have it there because it made sense to them.
It made.
And it's
you
not-
don't know what you don't know.
Right,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's, if you go into every house, you're like, oh, this is all messed up. You got to do it this way and you got to do it that way. Then I think as a dog trainer, you're missing out, because I think you can learn from each and every client that you have, even if they're doing it technically wrong to whatever your end state is. People are doing the best they can. And so sometimes you can always glean something from those situations. So I love that, how much I get to learn with that. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about? You want to add in?
No, I mean, yeah, just honest. I do love what I do. So, I am blessed to have my own business, make my own hours, and just want to help as many people out there with their dogs, because I enjoy it, and I get such a satisfaction watching people pretty much have their lives change, their dogs change, and it just, that's what makes me so happy with what I do.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm super thankful for you joining us today, and thank you for your service to the country. Super appreciative to all of our active duty service members and things that are out there fighting the fight. Talking with you today, I mean, it's been an honor. I'm super glad that you were able to come out. I'm glad that we got the scheduling kind of nailed down. And I know that our audience can kind of gain some real value from both your experience and your leadership. With Summit Kennels it's kind of a standout organization in the local community, and I'm super grateful that we could highlight the work that you're doing here.
Yeah.
I think that it's important to kind of figure out how we can raise the standard of dog training in the community. I think that it's pretty evident that you're kind of committed to that, and I'm just excited that we could kind of sit down and partner in a way that we can raise that standard for the community. So
Yeah, absolutely.
thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Sierra.